On this vote, the yeas are 51, the nays are 48. The motion is agreed to.
Today, the U.S. Senate met in a rare session, voting to advance Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett toward final confirmation, despite Democratic objections. A final vote is expected tomorrow. Barrett would be just the 5th woman to ever serve on the high court, compared to 109 men. But before any woman became a justice, others blazed the trail. Here's CBS's Jan Crawford.
For most of these women, they were the first.
There were only 2 of us in my law school class.
We got used early on to dealing in a man's world.
There were forks in the road.
Judge Thompson, the first female and African-American federal judge in New Jersey.
Rulings that come from the bench make a big difference. They determine lives.
Judge Susan Black, the first female federal court judge in Florida.
And that's one thing wonderful about more women in the law and more women on the bench. All of a sudden, you'll have women who are different from each other, so you're not branded as a woman.
And Judge Stephanie Seymour, the first in Oklahoma.
We've been discriminated against in various times in our life, so we bring a different perspective to some of the cases we deal with.
In 1979, President Carter appointed these women and 20 others to the federal bench, making a statement about the future of the judiciary.
What was that statement? That women can do this job, and they did the job. And I think that that made it possible for women to follow and to help get over the stereotypes.
What do you mean?
There are some assumptions about, at that time, about women being soft, being emotional.
For Judge Seymour, her path to court was blocked, literally, when pregnant practicing law.
And the bailiff just threw his arm across the way after my male colleague went through, and he said, "Only lawyers are allowed up here." And I sort of stood up straight and stuck my belly out and said, "I'm one of those," and just pushed my way through.
The way these women persevered while also juggling child raising was preparation. They knew the stakes were high.
So even though you're this historic first federal woman judge in the state, you were going between work to get the kids to the orthodontist, to their sports practices.
Absolutely. Sitting in the bleachers, reading briefs, absolutely.
This trailblazer has a message for those of tomorrow.
Think of what you want to do in this world and go for it. What can make a difference and what can you be good at?
Just as these women did. Jan Crawford, CBS News, Washington.
Great advice. Girl power. Love it.